Patricia Kahill is a multi-potentialite entrepreneur who is enthusiastic about digital marketing, social development, and technology. She is a professional, skilled digital marketer with a bias in content marketing as she helps companies, individuals, and organizations use and understand the benefits of content marketing as a component of digital marketing. She has been using digital marketing platforms for over 20 years, and she runs a content marketing agency for 10 years called Kahill Insights Company Limited. She has written and published a book called Make Social Media Work For You, The Art of Social Selling and Working in Content Marketing Handbook, and a mastermind class for 2022. She has very many marketing services under her belt, something like content marketing strategy development, content strategy development and implementation, content planning and creation, content tracking to achieve specific business goals, and content marketing coaching, mentorship and training. All these are under her belt. I had a conversation with Patricia on this subject of branding and subject of planning our brands and marketing our brands even on the internet and on our social media pages. It was a very interesting discussion, and there's quite a bit to learn from Patricia, and I want you to join with me to welcome her even as we listen in to this episode. Enjoy.
Welcome to the Life Signatures podcast with Lawrence Namale. Lawrence is a life coach, author, and keynote speaker who loves to tackle different topics on purpose, productivity, and resilience. His mission in life is to awaken all your boundless possibilities available in you. Life Signatures podcast is dedicated to bring to reality every single person who knows that deep down in their gut, there's got to be more to life than this. And now, here is your host, Lawrence Namale.
Alright, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whatever place it is you're tuned on to Life Signatures Radio. I hope you're well. I hope 2023 is bringing good things to you. And talking of 2023, we're talking about strategizing, we're talking about our social media presence, we're talking about our brands. These are very, very important topics that we need to get done. And so in the month we've been discussing with several people about this. And today we have
Patricia Kahill.
Patricia Kahill is joining us this very morning. We're doing this with her, and we're doing this on a call. She wakes up very early in the morning, and so let's just get this done and dusted. Patricia, earlier on you were telling me that you wake up at 3 every single day. That's a strategy you use daily. When did you start using that strategy?
Hi everyone. So my name is Patricia Kahill. Yes, I wake up at 3 a.m. When did I start using that strategy? I think it was planted in my mind because growing up, my mother wakes up at 3 a.m. every morning. So at 3 a.m. you would hear my mom praying for us all throughout the morning. So I guess it became the same thing for me. It got planted in me as a child. So when I grew up, those things of bars and what, we ended up sleeping at almost the same time or waking up at the same time. But recently I realized that it's better to have that same time to do most of the things I am doing with my adult life. One of those is I joined a school of leadership last year. That's the Worship Harvest School of Leadership.
Yeah.
And there were very many things I had to do, write a book, write synopsises, and then at the same time, run my business.
Yeah.
So I needed time. We tend to say we don't have time, but I realize we have a lot of time we ain't using because we think it's not there. So you realize that you only need between 6 to 8 hours of sleep in a day of 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then now that means you have either 12 hours or 18 hours. What are you doing with the 18 hours?
Exactly.
To work with. Yeah. What are you doing with the 18 hours to work with? So I sat down, and one of the things that they teach you in a school of leadership, that's at Worship Harvest, Harvest Institute, is you do a schedule because you have these things that you're doing that are interrupting your day or your daily routine because you're studying and it's an intensive school. So they ask you to do a schedule, to schedule your time. You have to read like 3 books, between 2 and 4 books a month. You have to write synopses on them. But now I lead an agency, a company that does digital marketing. So you also have to do leadership things in your office. You have to work on strategies for clients. I have other businesses that I run alongside that. So you're stretched. You, in your mind, you think you're stretched because you think you have no time. You are someone who sleeps at midnight and wakes up at 6.
Yeah.
So I sat down and I said, okay, let me put everything in my schedule and see how my time is. By the time I was done with the things I was doing, I realized I had other 8 hours that were just langing in the air.
Whoa.
Yeah, and those 8 and everything I thought I'd put. So there's one thing that we need to also learn is there are 5, we call them 5 capitals.
Yeah.
The things that encompass our lives.
Yeah.
5 capitals. The 5 capitals are your intellectual, that's reading, learning, everything that you learn for yourself. There's spiritual, that's like praise, prayer, Bible study, church, all those things. Then there's financial. How much time do you spend to make money, to give money, to invest money, to save money? Then there's physical. How much time do you spend eating, resting, sleeping, physical, exercise, like taking care of your body?
Yeah.
Then the 5th one is your relationships.
Okay.
How much time do you spend with people that you love, work, family, community, all those things?
Yeah.
So I sat down, when I learned that, I sat down and had to redo my schedule and now break time among the 5 people. The 5
capitals,
How much
yes.
time? How much time should I spend on making money? How much time should I spend on my spirituality? How much time should I spend on my physical, like all those things?
Yeah.
And then I realized that there's no need for me to sleep for 10 hours. My brain, actually, when you sleep for 10 hours, your brain goes into, why are we sleeping? Like your brain is like, I have rested so much. This is too much. I need to go back into action. So I started saying, okay, I need only between 6 and 8 hours to sleep.
Yeah.
So I do 6 hours at night, and then I do 2 hours during the day.
Oh.
To make up for the 8. Yeah.
What time do you do that?
Or if I don't get to the 8, it's still okay that I get to the 6 at night. But I rest between 11 and midday. So I make sure that I'm off my laptop, I'm off everything, and I'm just like resting. So I can just lie down. I may not be sleeping, but just lying down to like, it's like a reboot.
It's a nap. It's a power nap.
Yeah. Power nap. Yeah, let's call it a power nap. So
Nice.
Because I woke up at 3, I need that like time. So when people now 11, everyone is rushing. My God, what? Me, I'm like, wow, okay, sleep time. And then I have to wake up again at around midday.
Yeah.
And now go back into it. Now that's when everyone now starts sending you emails. Now that's when for them they are catching up with you, and yet you have finished your to-do list.
Yeah.
So because I'm a writer and I spend a lot of time writing.
Yeah.
I write my things that I'm writing. I write all of them and I schedule them throughout this hour. So 3 to 5. So let me show you how I do my day.
Okay.
Just let me let me just give you a little of my day. So I wake up at 3 and I begin my Bible study and prayer. So I do 3 to 5.
3 to
So when I do
5,
I do 3 to 5 personal prayer.
Okay.
But now my church does a 5 to 6.
Okay.
So that means I need to change my schedule and do. So when I wake up at 3 to 5, I can do my 30 minutes of God, I thank you, I'm awake. And then I go in and do some work from 3:30 to around 4:30.
Yeah.
Then from 4:30, I go back into prayer, then join with my rest of the community, like my church people, and do 5 to 6.
Okay.
Then after 6, I do my exercises, prepare for my day, do the actual real prepare for that day, exercise. I exercise for like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, just normal aerobic things. Then by 7, I'm back on my desk. And then just now following up on the things I've already done, writing more things, checking up on some people's pages, following up with my team. So at 7, I have a meeting that begins at 7 and to 7:30, which is with we call it the Business Leaders Network Still Church.
Yeah.
We get a learning lesson for 30 minutes. But as I'm learning, I'm also sending mail and dealing with following up on my team on what they're going to do in the day, assigning them projects, assigning them book reads or links to read or following up on stuff like that.
Whoa.
At 7:30 until like 11, now that's all work. Emails are coming in from my people, blah, blah, blah. Then I rest at 11. I wake up at midday, have lunch. I don't eat lunch at 1 as everyone else. So I wake up, eat lunch. So around that time of 7:30 and 11, I don't do a lot of breakfast. It's more of tea and a small thing while working. There's no break. I'm going out to eat. No. Because I know at midday I'm going to eat a real meal. So I spend an hour on a real meal. And then at 2, at 1, I'm back on my desk. So you see, I nap at 11, 1 at midday I eat. At 1, I'm back on my desk. By 4, I'm done with my work. And that means, and even this is the interesting thing, I don't do, after lunch, I don't do Kahill Insights work, the digital marketing side work. Now I'm on my other projects.
Okay.
So my other projects take my afternoon. Those means that I might have to go out of the office and walk and do things, shop, whatever.
Yeah.
Now I have to make sure I'm back home by 4 or 4:30. Latest must be 5, because then I have to spend time with now reading something or listening to something, a book, a podcast, a teaching somewhere. Now I'm making sure my intellect now is getting something. After the reading at around 6 all through the night, now my relationships, how's my mom, how's my sibling, who's doing what, catch up on WhatsApps, catch up on what, and then I rest at around 9 or 8:30 between, it depends. Make sure I have to wake up again at 3. So that's how my day runs.
Whoa, it's power packed. Let me ask you, how do you keep yourself focused? Because there's a lot of distractions these days, that is, as in personal distractions. You can distract yourself with your social media, you can get distracted by other people, people wanting your time. How do you keep focused? 2 things. 1, you got to teach people about your focus. No one knows what your focus is like. No one knows what times you're available or not. So it's up to you to let people know, I'm available at this time, I'm not available at this time. At this time, I be doing this, and another time I be doing the other thing. Right.
So when I create the schedule, it's not just written on paper. It's also in my calendar, and it has alarms.
Okay.
Time to do this, sleep, time to get to this project, time to do this. There's a meeting. Someone asks me for a meeting. I know, is this Kahill Insights meeting or it's Kahill other projects? It's Kahill other projects when are the Kahill other projects. So afternoon, so my people now know. In the morning, I will get Kahill for Kahill Insights, and I'll meet her in the morning for those things. In the afternoon, it will be Kahill project, so she won't be available for that. She may send me one of her team members, but she won't be available. So it's a teaching process. If you don't teach people, they never get to know. The other thing is you got to develop a discipline in your own self, because this is for you. It's not for anyone else.
Yeah.
It's you trying to grow in the different spaces that you have. When I started doing this 3 years ago, I started, it's now 3 years, because it was 2021 when I really got into the scheduling thing. And that's because of the Washpave School of Leadership. And it was a problem. The first time I was like, I'm like a soldier who is on like, now eat, now sleep, now do this, now.
Yeah.
But then I realized there was more productivity. There was more things coming out. There was more intentionality. There was more depth in the things I was doing. In my 5 capitals, like my relationships would grow. Like you realize that people who are not supposed to be in your space will move away from you because they don't respect your time.
Yeah.
Like, guys, I can only meet you for 2 hours because that is the 2 hours you have for your relationships. So you guys are taking my 2 hours for relationships. That means my other people are not taking any. Yeah. So then people are like, why are you saying you should? Like, guys, this is the time I have. Yeah. Now you realize, okay, those people respect my time, so I'm going to go with people who respect. So there are people I know who call me and be like, I know you only have 1 hour. Can we meet up and we talk? And I'm like, yeah. I can also call a person and be like, I have 30 minutes. Can we talk? I need to know depth. And when you go there, you go with intentionality.
Exactly.
I really want to know
exactly
how this person is doing.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what I wanted to add on to that, Patricia, because there's that scheduling, right? And then there's the appearance and the power of your presence, as in serving people with your presence. If I have scheduled the 2 hours to be with people, I am not on phone, I am not distracted, I give my all in that particular 2 hours that I've scheduled. Is that what you deploy? Yeah, that's it. Because you go in, sometimes I even leave my phone behind, because this is now, I'm going to find out more about this person. Yeah. Or I switch off my phones and either leave them in my bag and drop the bag those ends. And then after the time, I'm like, okay, now who was looking for me or whatever. Sometimes I even forget to switch them back on, come back home and I'm like, where are my phones again? They're in my bag. Because you've invested, you wanted to know this person. So you close out on any other distractions that would be on you. Yeah. It's the same thing with the food. People don't know that there's a chemistry between food and you. But then you're eating, you're on your phone, you're eating, and then you're like, your body will appreciate you more if you give it time to enjoy the meals that you're feeding it. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. This is very powerful. This is very powerful, Patricia. It's the power of presence, actually, serving ourselves to other people and to the tasks that we're giving ourselves without being distracted. And I figure that probably this has taught you or has easily kicked out this addiction that most of us have with our social media, with our phones and so on, because of that discipline, right?
Yeah. And it's interesting that people tend to ask me, but we always see you on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am there. Yeah. I run a digital marketing agency, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
But I'm not there as I am
consumer.
There. Yeah, like I'm actually a consumer and a creator
at the same time.
But I know the time I need to be there, and when I'm there, I'm intentionally looking. Okay, who said? So I'm looking out for my people. I'm like, okay, so and so said this. What is in this group? What said? What happened? Like in that moment, I'm also giving my all for that part.
Okay.
And when I'm done with it, I go to the next thing to give my all to.
I see. So now, Patricia, given that we're talking about branding in this month, we're talking about branding, we're talking about social media and so on. Tell us about what you do really, as in terms of you as a profession. I don't know, we don't have time to tell people when it began and so on, but let's just go into the points. How do you help people on a daily basis with their brands, especially on social media and so on? How do you do it?
Okay. Speaking about, I'm going to talk in line with my personal brand, which became a company.
Yeah.
So my thing began when as I said, I'm a blogger, writer. Mm-hmm. I used not to like to call myself a writer because really I wasn't the best of writers, but considering that I am an author of a book, so why not? Nowadays I have to say that I'm a writer. So earlier in the years I was doing that. So I think I'm one of the first adopters, that word, of social media in this country. I joined the digital platforms when I was 12 years old.
Ooh.
like, wow, 20 something years ago. And I joined through a penny pool, which story very many people can find in my book. So that's how I get onto social media. And my penny pool then was teaching me on how to present myself and my community to the world.
Wow.
So I learned how to sell my identity, sell my culture, sell myself as a person to the world. Like, how do you present yourself to the world? How do you stand out? How do you communicate? How do you engage with people? So that's how I started. I started with an online platform, those days of Yahoo, Vichy. Then there was those chat rooms that we are in. And I had also a blog on Black Planet. And I used to write stuff about Africa and my culture and the things that I was doing. So that's how I got my footstep in the digital space. Now, by the time people were getting to understand how these things work, I'd already gone through a number of social media platforms, from 6 Degrees to 8 High Five to Tag to many. So I had already known what the principle is. Still the same for all platforms. Present yourself, speak your truth, be authentic, and people will follow you. That's the principle. Who are you? What do you do? How are you interesting? Why should I follow you? That is the principle.
How about what you stand for?
That is the authenticity. The authenticity is what you stand for. Like, I am this person. If I say this is me. So that it means you're an authentic person on what you stand for. So all platforms display the same thing, but using different methodologies. Instagram will tell you you're going to say your authenticity by pictures. Twitter will tell you you're going to speak about your authenticity and who you are and everything you stand for in 240 characters. Then Facebook will tell you can write, you can blog, you can put pictures, you can do whatever. But all of it is just saying, I'm giving you a platform to show yourself, to sell yourself, to represent yourself. That's all the platforms they are about. So if people get to understand that, then it becomes easier for you to brand yourself.
Okay.
The other thing that made my brand so good is the unique name I have. Those years it was weird for people to be Kahill. Like, why are you Kahill? Like, those are the questions that would come through. So it was so easy to walk into a place and be known, because I'm thinking I'm still the only one who even has an ID and a passport with the name Kahill recognized in this country. And I'm thinking also Africa at large. I'm the only one.
Have you Googled?
It became a brand name. I beg your pardon?
Have you Googled yourself?
Yeah, I have. I've Googled. Okay. I Googled. I've been Googling until I realized that people are also copying and taking my name. So, but for the last 10 years, I had been the only one who has the name and the thingy and the company under it.
Okay.
And that's the other thing also. I made sure that I search engine optimize the name to me.
Oh.
So when you Google when the first things you Google Kahill, Patricia, everything you're going to have is about Patricia Kahill, me, and then other Patricias who may come through, or Kahills who may come after. But the search engine has already, done the whole crawling for me.
Okay.
So anyway, about the brand. So those are things that you do with a brand. Your unique name, you can put down your uniqueness in either your name, the things that you stand for, the things that you write, the desires that you have in your own heart that you speak about. I used to write a lot on my blog. A lot. So that's how I got into. That's how Google made sure that it optimizes my name and my things that I write. Then I was so much active on Facebook, in groups, in people's stories, encouragement, gospel, preaching the gospel. Because I write a lot about Christ. And then getting in mental health. I was once a very good advocate. I should go back to that for mental health and stability. I'm talking about my own personal stories of mental health. Like, you find niches that you're good at and you bring them out to people, because people are interested in finding unique things that other people are doing and how they can relate with those unique things and the person who is doing them. That's how you brand yourself online.
Okay. So, Patricia, in this day and in this age, you see things have changed really, and we are moving very fast in terms of technology. So much so that I do think I've been talking to some other guys like Ariho Kamara, and they're telling me that everybody is a brand in this day and in this age. Do you subscribe to that thought?
Yeah, everyone is a brand. Your uniqueness. Everyone is unique in their own way. You are created for uniqueness, for a purpose. You are alone in your own way. You've been given something unique that is planted in your spirit that you need to bring out to the world. If it doesn't come out to the world, you're the only one who is not adding value, and that is branding.
Now,
Lawrence, you are a different person from me.
Yeah,
you're different from Robert Kabshenga. You're different from Raymond Mujuni. You're different from Benji. You see it?
Yeah.
Your own difference is what adds value. It's that makes you the brand. You might be, I would say, you see, branding doesn't mean you're not doing the same thing. Branding can mean you're doing the same thing differently. You see, we have all this, I will give an example of a detergent because I'm looking at one right now. We have Omonomi, we have Magiki, we have what? There are like 10 of them.
Yeah.
But they are all powder detergents.
Yeah.
But they all branded differently.
Yeah, and they do the same thing, probably.
And they do the same thing almost.
Yeah.
You see it? But one thing would say, may I have a perfume? I only deal with white. I only deal with colors. You can use me on both. I only deal with machines.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah.
So that is the uniqueness that we all have. Yeah, you are all detergents, but me, I'm a detergent for a machine.
Yeah.
Me, I'm only used. You have to soak for 3 hours to get results out of me. You get it?
Yeah.
Me, you just use me now, and I do. Like now, when you pour, your things will be white.
Yeah.
So, understanding that uniqueness is what people bring on the table. Like that's what you bring on the table that makes you that brand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. At some point in time, Patricia, I saw that you were inviting. I don't know if it's still going on. You're inviting people you are inviting people so that you can be able to help them. Was it pro bono with their social media strategies? I don't know if that's still going on. If it's not going on, it's still okay.
I run an 8-week mentorship, coaching and training program every year, which runs for 4 cohorts.
Yeah.
So I do one in March, which I'm going to start promoting. Then I do another one. It runs for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Then I think I do another one in around June. So they have to be 4 in a year. The last one is in December. It happens in December. So, and in there I teach people on how to create content that resonates and engages people or customers that they are trying to tag, or they are targeting or trying to target.
Yeah.
If I have a prospect and I want to talk to that prospect, how do I approach them using my online digital platforms?
Okay.
How do I write an email at 1,000 and how many people, and make sure that at least 500 of those people talk back to me or see or read or ask me questions?
Okay.
Because what is happening a lot online is people do a lot of selling and forget that we all know there are different detergents and we know where to get them. But my question is, why should I buy from you?
What's the difference? That's the question.
Yeah, what's the difference between you and my lady at the grocery shop?
Yeah.
Why should I order from you and leave my lady who I can walk to?
I see.
So that is done in how you present your product online. How do you communicate? What words are you using? Do the words you're using resonate with me? Do they speak to the thing I want? Do you have the thing I want, or you're just selling? I'll give an example. Last time I was checking out, one of my clients is a shoe seller and he's downtown in Chikubo. And I was saying, I need to stand out from the crowd of everyone who's selling shoes. I know we all sell shoes. We have shoes that are almost the same. I may think we even get the shoes from the same place.
Same source, yes.
Same source. But how do I become different from the rest of the other people? So when we sat down and started strategizing and analyzing customers and finding out what customers would want, customers know where to buy their shoes. They really know. But the reason why they buy from some people and don't buy from other people is the information they receive, the care they receive. Why don't you tell me why I should buy that shoe from you and not the other person. When you add more information on this shoe is made in China by so and so, and they made it that it will only last for 3 months, you've added value to that shoe or reduced value to it. You get it? Like, educate me to understand the importance of buying that shoe from you and not buying it from the other person.
Yeah.
When you buy this shoe from me, I guarantee that if it gets spoiled in 2 months, I can replace it. I replace another pair.
Yeah.
Or when you buy it from me, I deliver it. Why should you buy this shoe in this season? Because it's a hot season, so you need open shoes. Your feet need to be out. Your pedicure needs to be seen. In this shoe, it will look very great. And this shoe is good for people who have either this kind of size body. You walk with nice, like, add value to that shoe.
Add value to the shoe and to me. Basically, help me.
Yes.
You're not just selling the shoe.
Thank you.
A difference.
But then someone comes and posts and says,
this shoe is 200K.
200K. Okay. Yeah, I know where I buy this shoe, and maybe where I buy it, it's even 250.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to buy it from you because the guy I'm going to call that shoe is like, yeah, can you 250? Or I'm going to deliver it, it's fine.
Yeah.
So how do you, because everyone knows where they buy everything.
Yeah.
So how do you change customers?
Yeah.
From buying from another person and becoming your customer?
That's powerful
How
stuff.
do you keep the ones you already have?
Yeah. That's very
So
powerful.
that's the content.
Patricia, let me ask you this. The teaching that you're doing, this four cohorts, are they free?
Yes. Are they free?
Yeah.
No, they are not free because I'm adding value on people's knowledge and understanding on how to do best to market their businesses online.
There's a time you're doing pro bono. That ended?
I did a pro bono this year. I always do pro bonos. I think I do around between 4 and 8, depending, pro bonos, where I come out and say, okay, guys, I'm going to do this thing. Come through. Let me teach you this. So this year I started with blogging because I had a number of students. I assist at Worship Harvest School of Leadership, where the students who are studying leadership are supposed to write blogs every month.
Yeah.
So I needed to, most of them don't know how to start on that journey, or I've already been doing it and I've stuck. So I did a pro bono one this year on how to start on your blogging journey. What do you start with? How do you write? And very many people didn't know that Uganda's WordPress, if your blog is, let me say, Lawrence Namare .wordpress.com, it's blocked. You can't access that if it has WordPress.com anywhere. So people are running to WordPress and they didn't know that. Even right now, I'm thinking someone will be listening to it and doesn't know that that kind of WordPress site was blocked.
I didn't know.
So I needed to teach people on how to get on Medium or Blogger or any of or Wixie and work from there. Those are some of the things I offer. I also offer page management. Sometimes, how do you manage your page well to know where your analytics are, to see who is engaging with you? How do you get leads?
Yeah.
In the cohort, we do a lot of strategizing. We do a lot of content, like real depth content that, if I post this thing, I'm sure Lawrence will be the one who comments, because this is Lawrence's content like. So that's how deep we take it. We really take resolution. So resonation to customers deeply. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So even as we're coming to a close of this episode, because I know you have other things to do, I needed you to, if possible, basically unpack in terms of imagine someone is on the crossover January 1st, and what is on their mind is, how can I strategize for my social media brand in 2023? Are there some pointers you can be able to give them even as we are closing?
One of the things is, people should know that social media or digital marketing doesn't stand alone.
Yeah.
It streams from what are the plans you have for your business for 2023. What have you decided to do in 2023? Even let me say February, you have a plan for February. Let's just say, we are in February. Let's not even just go back to January, but February. And you're like, in February, I want to make 10 million shillings income. How am I going to make 10 million shillings? I'm going to sell 100, I'm going to sell 100, what are they? Let me say 100 pieces of cloth. Who am I selling them to? Women. Where are the women? They want some are walk-ins. If they don't walk in, how do I get? Then that's when social media walks in. You see? Then what am I doing on social media? What am I going to say on this platform? I'm going to look out for women groups and post in those groups my things. I'm going to open up a page on Facebook and then post in the women groups. I'm also going to make sure I put in some ads. I'm going to take very nice pictures that these clothes are seen and well presented. Which kind of woman do I want? Is the one that models their clothes. So you can't be putting Patricia Kahill in a big dress and you are looking for you're looking for plus size people to buy from you. Yeah, it makes sense. And I'm the one wearing that. No. If you're looking for plus size people, use the actual plus size person for that particular. You get.
Yeah.
So the plan should look like something you have to achieve, intentionally achieve, and you're going to work at it to achieve it. You're going to be intentional in a direction of, I want 20 women today, and how am I getting those 20 women? I'm going to go on every WhatsApp group. They might call me a spammer.
Yeah.
But this is a plan for me today because I have to make my 10 million for February.
Yeah.
If you go in intentionally like that and not get lost with all the other people and feeling shy for coming to people's spaces and talking to them and just abruptly getting onto a list and talking to the people that were on no list. Cold calling used to be a good thing. People forget that cold calling is also still something social. It's a social marketing tool.
Yeah.
You can just cold call people on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Like, hi, how are you? Break into their life and then introduce your staff. Very many people are lonely and they don't have anyone to call them. But business people are here saying no one is buying from them. Why not go and fix someone's loneliness and then get their money?
Exactly.
You see, so those are strategies that can work for someone who is intentional. Not someone who just wants to make money. Growing our economy needs us to also be relational and caring for people.
Yeah.
If you don't care, no one gives you money. We buy from people we know or even people who care about us or we care about. So if you don't come into my circle of care, I may not remember you.
Right. Patricia.
That's what social is about.
It's quite a lot to unpack. I'm so sure about that. And you've just scratched the surface. And probably there are guys out there who are wondering, I have a personal brand, yes, but I don't know how to do it. And there's this Patricia woman who is talking about it. How do I get in touch with her? I mean, how do they get in touch with you so that you can help them with their social media brands?
So I'm online, as I said earlier. I'm the only Patricia Kahill, so people can find me. I have a Twitter account, I have a Facebook account, I have a LinkedIn account, I have a blog. So you can just go in. Whatever you find on Patricia Kahill, if it's a black chick, it's me.
Yeah.
But how do you get into this branding thing? I would first say, what do you want to tell the world? Do you know your purpose? And are you going to be able to speak into that purpose? Are you going to be able to present yourself on a continuous? Like if you ask people 10 years ago who knew me or 20 years ago who knew me, they'll still say, that chick has been online forever. Like she's always on her phone. Like that's what people remember me of or still think I am. Like I'm always on my phone. Like you see, she's posting at all times.
Yeah.
That is who I like. That is who the world and the brand that I've put out for people. Right. Even when I branch out in doing other things, be like, you left. I don't think you can leave digital marketing. This is a side business, really. You can't.
Yeah.
So that is, if you're going to be the guy who sells shoes, own the shoes.
Yeah.
Like own it. Let it become you.
Yeah.
You become. Yeah. This is how you do branding.
Awesome stuff, Patricia. Thank you so much for giving us some time and talking to
You're
us
welcome.
on
Thank you
this powerful stuff. Actually, this is a very powerful and needed type of information. This topic is needed for everyone and in this day and in this age. I'm hoping that guys are going to look for Patricia Kahill online.
Yeah.
If they do that on Twitter, they'll find you. Facebook, they'll find you. LinkedIn, they'll find you. Just Patricia Kahill. Let's spell it for them.
So Patricia is the normal Patricia.
Yeah.
Kahill is Kahill. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it mean anything?
I beg your pardon?
Does it have a meaning?
Yeah, I'm a God's woman of valor.
That's what Kahill means.
Yeah, it's a Jewish word.
See, I didn't know. Now I do.
Yeah, but then many people will tell you some other things. But yeah, I found out that's what it means. I also just found out recently that that's what it means.
Nice.
By a Jewish friend of mine who was so happy finding someone who has a name.
Yeah.
Which is a word in their culture.
Okay, cool. Well, Patricia, let's release you to go and change this world with other things that are coming up in the day. I know you have a 7 o'clock, so let's release you to go and do that. But I really do appreciate you having some time to talk to us on Life Signatures Radio about social media and about our branding. I know we've just scratched the surface, and I'm sending everyone who wants to learn more about it to you. And hopefully at some point in time we can come back and just do a deeper discussion on this.
Thank you very much also for hosting me. Let me just pray a blessing for people who are going to listen or are listening. May God prosper you. May God widen your territories. May this information be of benefit to you. May it plant seeds that you refer back to and say, I think I had this from Kahill. I pray that your businesses and your brands grow wider than you ever imagine. I pray that you do not limit yourself because of fear. I take away fear from you and bring courage in your lives. Yeah, in Jesus' name I've prayed. Amen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, bye-bye until another day when we're discussing something else. Bye, Kahill.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Life Signatures Radio. If you enjoyed today's show, subscribe to Life Signatures Radio on iTunes, Stitcher, or visit our website at lifesignatures.libsyn.com. Life Signatures Radio, fresh, clean, and inspiring.